Diabetes has become a major public health problem in China, affecting over 140 million people. To cope with this epidemic, traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, is increasingly integrated into standard treatments. To ensure quality care, the Chinese authorities have published a new clinical guideline for the prevention and treatment of type 1 diabetes, providing doctors with recommendations based on the latest scientific research on the use of TCM in diabetes management. The same problem exists worldwide. Based on the latest scientific discoveries and using the natural ingredients present in the clinical guideline for diabetes, Momordica, Ganoderma, Agaricus, and Gymnema, ProNatura has created an innovative supplement formula, unique both on the Romanian market and internationally, specially designed to support the management of diabetes, consisting of 2 distinct supplements, which must be administered at an interval of 2 to 3 hours from each other. Diabeticum I contains a blend of medicinal herbs, Momordica, Ganoderma, Agaricus blazei, Gymnema, mulberry, blueberry, stevia, and kombucha vinegar, selected for their ability to support glucose metabolism, thus contributing to the regulation of blood sugar levels. Diabeticum II, Opuntia ficus indica, chitosan powder, chromium, cinnamon bark, acts by inhibiting the intestinal absorption of glucose and lipids, thus reducing the risk of rapid increases in postprandial blood sugar and insulin. This integrated approach supports glycemic balance and optimal metabolism of carbohydrates and lipids. In order for these components not to decrease the absorption of the active principles in Diabeticum I, it should be administered 30 to 60 minutes after meals. Diabeticum I, bitter melon, vegetable insulin, through its rich content in polysaccharides, bioactive peptides, saponines, terpenoids, flavonoids, quercetin, naringenin, rutin, etc., and phenolic compounds, unsaturated fatty acids, Fa, alkaloids, amino acids, vitamins and minerals, provides effective mechanisms for blood glucose control, which have significant implications in the management of T2DM and the prevention of Alzheimer's disease considered type 3 diabetes. Polysaccharides inhibit alpha amylase, slowing down carbohydrate digestion and reducing postprandial variations in blood glucose, but at the same time reduce oxidative stress and inflammation. Polypeptide P, an active protein, mimics the action of insulin by binding to specific receptors, thus reducing blood glucose and supporting metabolic function. Inhibits the formation of advanced glycation end products, compounds linked to diabetic complications. It also has a hypocholesterolemic effect, thus reducing the risk of cardiovascular complications associated with diabetes. Gymnema sylvestre, known as the sugar destroyer, is a medicinal plant used for centuries in Ayurvedic and homeopathic medicine systems to treat diabetes. Regulates glucose absorption. The active constituents, gymnemic acid, in Gymnema, leaves inhibit sugar receptors in the taste buds and the intestine, temporarily reducing the perception of sweet taste and intestinal absorption of glucose. Stimulates pancreatic beta cells, promoting their regeneration and increasing insulin production. Improves insulin sensitivity, promotes more efficient use of glucose by cells, regulates lipid metabolism. Bioactive compounds isolated from the Morris alba leaves show significant potential in the development of natural therapies dedicated to diabetes mellitus and its complications. Their complex action, including inhibition of alpha-glucosidase, modulation of protein tyrosine phosphatase 1b, prevention of the formation of advanced glycation end products, as well as strong antioxidant activity. Blueberry extracts have demonstrated anti-glycemic effects by inhibiting digestive enzymes, alpha amylase and alpha glucosidase, and activating the AMPK pathway, which improve glucose utilization. Anti-lipidemic effects include lowering cholesterol and triglyceride levels, reducing cardiovascular risk, reducing oxidative stress and inflammation, providing ocular protection against diabetic retinopathy. Ganoderma lucidum, a renowned medicinal mushroom, contains bioactive compounds such as triterpenoid polysaccharides, proteoglycans, which show promising anti-diabetic potential. Polysaccharides increase insulin sensitivity and improve glucose uptake, reducing blood glucose levels, playing an essential role in protecting against diabetic nephropathy and other complications. Triterpenoids and other compounds protect beta cells against oxidative stress and apoptosis, supporting insulin secretion and preventing progressive pancreatic damage. Agaricus blazimuril, a medicinal mushroom, has anti-diabetic and antioxidant effects, stimulates glucose uptake by HepG2 cells, with an efficacy comparable to metformin, suggesting its potential to reduce postprandial hyperglycemia. Stevia rebaudiana has significant potential as an adjuvant in the management of diabetes mellitus due to its active compounds, stevioside and rebaudioside A, that exert antiglycemic effects by stimulating insulin secretion, reduces insulin resistance in peripheral tissues, inhibits digestive enzymes involved in carbohydrate metabolism, thus reducing glucose absorption from the intestines, has demonstrated protective effects on the liver and kidneys, organs often affected in diabetes mellitus. According to studies, kombucha vinegar exerts a significant anti-glycemic effect by promoting bacteria, lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, producing short-chain fatty acids, SCFA, and reducing gram-negative pathogenic bacteria. The SCFAs produced contributed to protecting the intestinal barrier, reducing intestinal permeability, and limiting the translocation of lipopolysaccharides, LPS, reducing chronic systemic inflammation, which is a major cause of insulin resistance, stimulation of gastrointestinal hormonal secretion. Increased levels of SCFA promoted the release of gastrointestinal hormones such as GLP-1, glucagon-like peptide 1, and PYY, peptide YYY, improving pancreatic beta cell function and implicitly insulin secretion. Diabeticum II, especially blocking intestinal absorption. Opuntia ficus indica, from the Mediterranean area, exerts a significant hypoglycemic effect through mechanisms that include 1. Reducing glucose absorption in the intestines. Dietary fiber and bioactive compounds interfere with the activity of digestive enzymes, such as alpha-glucosidase, reducing the breakdown of carbohydrates into absorbable glucose, decreases the rate of glucose absorption by inhibiting specific glucose transporters in the intestinal mucosa. 2. Activation of the AMPK pathway, which results in increased insulin sensitivity by stimulating glucose absorption in muscle and liver cells, as well as its use. 3. Modulation of postprandial glycemia. The phenolic compounds and flavonoids present contribute to stabilizing glycemic levels by reducing sudden increases in blood sugar after meals. Chitosan is a bioactive molecule with remarkable potential in the management of diabetes mellitus. It reduces the activity of digestive enzymes, alpha amylase, and alpha-glucosidase, thus decreasing intestinal glucose absorption, stimulates the proliferation of beneficial bacteria, favoring glucose homeostasis and weight loss, activates the AMPK pathway and amplifying insulin signaling, improves chronic inflammation, contributing to the restoration of metabolic homeostasis. Chromium optimizes metabolic balance in conditions of insulin resistance, mainly due to improved insulin signaling, amelioration of mitochondrial dysfunction, and increased expression of genes associated with steroidogenesis, production of steroid hormones from cholesterol, reduction of oxidative stress, and regulation of essential molecular pathways. Recent studies suggest that it represents a new frontier in the fight against obesity through its ability to reduce appetite through its action directly on the brain, modulating signals that control hunger and satiety. It may improve insulin sensitivity, which would explain the reduction in cravings for foods rich in sugars and fats. According to studies, cinnamon supplementation can improve glycemic indices and lipid profiles in patients with type 2 diabetes, with the benefits being significantly more evident in patients with a higher initial BMI. Regulates glucose metabolism in the liver by activating signaling pathways, leading to a significant hypoglycemic effect, Additional studies have confirmed that it contributes to lowering glucose by promoting the conversion of glucose into glycogen and other non-sugar substances. Discover the healing power of nature and the mind. The unique combination of science and tradition, through modern treatments and ancestral practices such as qigong, acupuncture, and meditation, can help you achieve perfect blood sugar balance. For orders and more information, visit our website, pronatura.ro.